Some of my favourite video game Easter eggs are the ones that reference other video games. So with that in mind, I decided to gather 15 of my favourite Easter eggs in video games that reference other video games. Now I've tried my best to ignore the really obvious Easter eggs, so for example, don't expect to see any Dark Souls bonfires in this video. Also, I've limited myself to one Easter egg per franchise, just to provide some variation. As always, I'd love to know what your favourite video game referencing Easter eggs are, so be sure to leave them in the comments below. Oh, and if you do go on to enjoy this video, then leaving a like, subscribing, or turning notifications on is really appreciated. Anyway, without further delay, let's get started. So let's begin with the first of two references to the Portal series. XMen Origins Wolverine is a hack and slash adventure game loosely based on the very average film of the same name. Upon its release, the game saw mixed reviews, but over the years more and more people have come to appreciate the game as one of the better superhero games released. Anyway, the Easter egg of interest from XMen Origins can be found in Chapter 3. If you position a teleporter to the right of the screen, you can find a secret room that's hiding a tasty treat. So this is of course the infamous cake from Portal. At least this one isn't a lie.
Enrichment Center regulations require both hands to be empty before any cake.
The next Portal reference comes from the excellent Deus Ex Mankind Divided. In the basement of an antique shop, you can find this. Again, it's another immediately recognisable item from the Portal series. This time it's the companion cube. Up next is an Easter egg of the blink and you'll miss it variety. When I come to think of it, Bulletstorm is pretty similar to X-Men Origins Wolverine, in that it's a game that has become more and more appreciated as the years have gone on. The game was actually remastered in 2017, which gave more people the chance to play it, which is always a good thing. The video game referencing Easter egg in Bulletstorm can be found during the game's prologue. As you are making your way down the building, you can spot this.
Your fancy new gravity boots make assassination time fun, Doc.
Glad you like them. One should take no joy in killing. We are soldiers.
So inside of the elevator is a pixelated model of gaming's biggest dude bro, Duke Nukem. Speaking of Duke, the next Easter egg comes from Duke Nukem Forever. Having been delayed multiple times, many people thought that Duke Nukem Forever would never see the light of day, and when Forever did eventually release in 2011, it did so to very poor reviews. But when it comes to Easter eggs, Duke's most recent outing is anything but a disappointment. During the blowing the dam level, you can find this.
Well, at least he got an ending.
So this head belongs to one of the psychos from the Borderlands series. Sticking with Borderlands now, and a video game reference from Borderlands 2. During the Captain Scarlet and her Pirate's Beauty DLC, you can find this. So Mr. Bubbles is a reference to the Big Daddies from the BioShock series. That's not all though. Accompanying Mr. Bubbles is a little sis, who is of course a nod to the Little Sisters from BioShock. If you actually manage to defeat Mr. Bubbles without killing Little Sis, you'll be given the Evisceration Little Evie gun, a reference to the Eve Hypos, also from BioShock. The next two Easter eggs come from the Easter egg packed Battlefield series. Up first is the excellent Battlefield 3. Like many multiplayer shooters, Battlefield 3 received plenty of expansions post-launch, and it's on one of the post-launch maps we can find a really cool Easter egg. On Markaz Monolith, you can find this. So these shoes belong to Faith from the Mirror's Edge series. Also, if you listen closely, you can hear a female breathing, which I'm also assuming is Faith. The next Battlefield Easter egg actually pokes fun at an FPS rival. Battlefield Hardline is considered by many to be the runt of the Battlefield series, but that's not necessarily fair. Sure, it changes up the Battlefield formula so much that it might have been better calling it something other than Battlefield, but it does do a lot of things right. One of those things is the campaign, and funnily enough, that's where we can find our Easter egg. During the Sovereign Land mission, you can find this. So press X to pay respects is of course a reference to the press F to pay respect meme made famous by Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. Next up is the So Bad It's Good Goat Simulator. During the Payday expansion, you can find this. So far away from the city is this very obvious reference to Rocket League. It's actually pretty impressive just how in-depth the Goat Sim devs went just for an Easter egg. So Maneater was the surprise game of 2020 for me. Not only was the game fun to play, but it was also home to some of 2020's best Easter eggs. Take this next discovery for example. At this location on the map, you can find this.
No one knows who built this mysterious underwater base, but odds are they probably own a Nehru jacket and a Persian cat.
So this underwater base is a reference to the underwater bases seen in the Eggcellent Subnautica. The next couple of Easter eggs actually reference two of my favourite games of all time. First up is this from Life is Strange 2.
You see that? Looks like a clicker. Creepy.
Yeah.
Stop it.
So the boys have a conversation regarding a clicker, who is an enemy from the Last of Us games. The next reference can be found in the very disappointing Wolfenstein Youngblood.
Ja, Kommandant, Verstärkungseinheit ist unterwegs.
So this strange item is actually a rune from the Dishonored series. Next up is the most recent release in this video. Like many games in this video, Cyberpunk 2077 has plenty of great Easter eggs, but I think this one is my favourite. So during the hunt mission, you can find a BB from Death Stranding. So this next video game Easter egg from Fallout 76 actually references one of the most memorable scenes in video game history. At this location, you can find this. So this is of course a reference to the opening scene of the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim.
Hey, you're finally awake. You were trying to cross the border, right?
So the penultimate Easter egg comes from a game that is now infamous on this channel. Now we've already covered the posters found in Haydee 2 that reference some of video games' greatest hits, but including them in this video would feel like I was cheating. Instead, I've decided to include this very familiar helmet. So this helmet belongs to Isaac Clarke from the Dead Space series. The final video game reference for today's video is probably the best Easter egg in the entire video. Torchlight 2 is an action-adventure dungeon crawler released in 2012 to pretty good reviews. A testament to the game's quality is that it's still being played to this very day. The Easter egg from Torchlight 2 is actually pretty tricky to find. During Act 3 you have to travel to the Sundred battlefield. Whilst here you'll need to find the Grave Deep area and hope that this cave spawns. So I highly doubt that this needs explaining, but just in case, Notch's cave is a reference to Minecraft creator Marcus Notch Persson. Inside the cave you can find creepers and even a sword from Minecraft. The thing that makes this Easter egg tricky is the fact that this cave spawns at random and you may get it first time or it may take you multiple tries to see it. What I will say is it's definitely worth finding. So that's it, those are 15 of my favourite video game references in video games. If you enjoyed this video then a like is really appreciated, and if you are a fan of Easter egg secrets and tiny details in games then perhaps consider subscribing, as that's what this channel is all about. Thank you all for watching and I'll speak to you all soon.